This is the next chapter of Read to Me, Grandma, and it's Bambi. Yawn. It was time for Friend Owl to sleep. The sun was coming up and the forest creatures were waking up. Just as he nodded off, a bluebird began to chirp the wonderful news. A prince had come into the world. It isn't every day a new prince is born, said Friend Owl, following the other animals through the woods. There, in the thicket, he lay, a newly born fawn, nestled next to his mother. The crowd of forest creatures gathered round, making a fuss over him as he wobbled to his feet. "What you gonna call him?" asked Thumper, a friendly little bunny. "I think I'll call him Bambi," the mother replied, nuzzling her baby. Soon Bambi was ready to explore the forest. With help from Thumper, Bambi learned to hop, skip, jump, and even talk. "Bird," Bambi said. He proudly used his first new word to describe everything in sight. That's not a bird," said Thumper, giggling. "That's a butterfly." "Flower!" exclaimed Bambi upon discovering a little skunk hiding in the flower bed. Thumper laughed. It seemed funny to call a skunk Flower. He can call me Flower if he wants to," said the baby skunk, liking his new name. Oh, that's cute. Bambi named a skunk. One morning, Bambi's mother led him to the meadow. Thumper had told him that they weren't the only deer in the forest, so Bambi was eager to rush into the meadow and meet the others. But his mother stopped him with a warning. Never rush out into the meadow. There might be danger. When his mother announced that they were safe, Bambi ran all over the meadow. He was fascinated with his reflection in the brook and became startled when he saw a second fawn gazing into it as well. The bashful Bambi fell all over himself to get away. His playful new friend, Faline, thought his shyness was cute and chased after him. All around him, deer were running and leaping. Bambi noticed one buck in particular. As the majestic deer walked by, he stopped to take a long look at Bambi. "Who is that?" Bambi asked his mother. He's the great prince of the forest," she replied. "He's very brave and wise and has lived a long time." Bambi was in awe of the great prince. He hoped to grow up to be a great prince, too. Suddenly, the great prince heard something. Warning the other deer of approaching danger, he ran with them from the meadow. After reaching safety, Bambi asked, "Why were we running?" "Man was in the forest," his mother answered solemnly. Oh, this is going to get sad. As autumn leaves turned to snow and ice, Bambi enjoyed his first winter. Making tracks in the snow was fun until he sank into a snowdrift. Suddenly, Thumper came hopping by. "The water is frozen," said Thumper, skating smoothly across the ice. "Yippee!" shouted Bambi, attempting to follow Thumper. He wasn't as graceful as Thumper and slid across the ice. Thumper did his best to push Bambi to his feet, but couldn't stop them both from sliding into a tree trunk where a sleeping flower lay hibernating for the winter. In spite of the fun, winter seemed to last forever. One day, Bambi's mother found a patch of grass, the first sign of the coming spring. Bambi was just beginning to enjoy the delicious grass when he heard his mother cry, "Quick, Bambi, hunters, run! Run and don't look back!" They ran from the hunters as fast as they could. Reaching safety, Bambi sighed. "We made it, Mother." She was nowhere to be found. It was time for Bambi to be on his own. Oh my god. See, she's just trying her best. Tweet, tweet. The birds of the forest announced the arrival of spring. "Hello, Friend Owl," said Bambi to his old friend. "It's been a while. Don't you remember me?" "Oh my, how you've changed," exclaimed the owl. "I see you've traded in your spots for a pair of antlers." Thump, thump, it was Thumper, and close behind him was Flower. The three friends had grown into handsome young creatures and were excited to see each other again. Spring was glorious, but Friend Owl warned them, "You never know when you'll run smack into a pretty face, and then you'll be twitter-pated." "Twitter-pated?" questioned the three friends. "What's twitter-pated?" "You feel weak in the knees," answered the owl, "and your head's in a whirl. You feel like you're walking on air." None of the three believed that they would be twitter-pated, but no sooner had Friend Owl spoken than Flower and Thumper were both smitten by love. Then Bambi heard a voice. "Hello, don't you remember me?" said Faline. She was absolutely beautiful, and Bambi fell head over heels in love. Bambi and Faeline spent the beginning of the summer frolicking through the forest. They would run among the trees and smell the flowers. When they stopped for a drink at the creek, Faeline gave Bambi a kiss on the cheek. Bambi and Faeline had a wonderful time. Everything seemed perfect. One day, however, the great prince and Bambi stood high on a cliff watching smoke rise from a hunter's campfire. "It is man," said Great Prince to Bambi. We all must go deeper into the forest." Bambi heard the hunters and their dogs getting closer and closer. Thanks to Bambi, Faeline escaped, but Bambi was injured as he ran from the hunters. Meanwhile, the hunter's campfire began to burn out of control. Soon the flames spread toward the part of the forest where Bambi lay injured. Get up, the great prince urged Bambi. "Come with me," he ordered as he led Bambi away from the fire. The flames were everywhere and followed closely behind them. The other animals were on a run as well, including Faeline, Thumper, and Flower. Bambi and the great prince ran through the brook and found themselves with no choice but to jump over a waterfall to escape the burning fire. As the great prince and Bambi swam ashore, Bambi was thrilled and relieved to find that Faeline was safe as well. They looked sadly around them. Everything was burned and scorched. It was a sad day for the animals. The forest was a burnt shadow of what it had been just yesterday. Thankfully, no one was badly hurt. The seasons passed, and the scorched forest came to life once more. Thump, thump, thump. Wake up, exclaimed Thumper. He and his 4 little bunnies woke Friend Owl with their excited thumping. "It's happened in the thicket," added Flower excitedly. A prince had been born. The forest animals couldn't wait to see the new arrival. They remembered when the last prince, their friend Bambi, had been born. Oh my, they exclaimed in unison. They could hardly believe their eyes. 2 adorable fawns stood wobbling at the feet of their mother and father, who were none other than Bambi and Faeline. "I don't believe I've ever seen a more likely-looking pair," said the raccoon. Everyone agreed, of course, especially Thumper and Flower. Friend Owl agreed. "Prince Bambi must be very proud," he exclaimed. Friend Owl was right. Bambi was very proud indeed. Aww. They're so cute.